Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for Friday, May 4th, 2012. And early happy Cinco de Mayo for those who are celebrating tomorrow, which will pretty much be mostly everyone that goes to the bars. So there we go. Well, pretty much today's forecast is almost a carbon copy of yesterday, except today we might actually get this warm front through the Philadelphia, New York City metropolitan area, allowing most locations to warm up. We'll see. I'm going to explain why this forecast is a little bit volatile and a bit uncertain, and how the model guidance is, well, not handling this setup not the best way. First of all, as you can clearly see where the warm front is located at, where temperatures over central Pennsylvania are already in the mid to upper 60s, even a few lower 70s. As we move east towards eastern Pennsylvania, we're in the lower 60s and overcast. We have winds coming from the south. And then as we move to the east of the Delaware River, temperatures fall back into the 50s with an easterly wind, overcast skies, and a few scattered showers here and there. Now, those showers are going to be really important. Notice the dew points here. They're at 55. Let's see, that's 100% humidity. Almost about 95% humidity in Poughkeepsie. Portions of Connecticut around 95 to 100% humidity. Same thing in Long Island, much of New Jersey. Why is this important? Well, what we're seeing here is a moisture-filled, cool marine air mass over the northern mid-Atlantic. And that's really important because these type of air masses, well, they don't give away all that easily. And you need a lot of mixing in the atmosphere to really kick all that marine air mass in place. And combine that with the fact that we have a lot of low clouds and a lot of fog hanging around the northern mid-Atlantic. It makes the forecast a bit questionable in the idea of temperatures being able to spike into the 70s and 80s as the warm front moves through. Now, what complicates matters even more is that, as you can see on the radar, we had showers and a few isolated elevated thunderstorms move through the New York City metropolitan area and parts of Connecticut, and that only enhanced the moisture-laden marine stable air mass that's in place over the northern mid-Atlantic. So these showers actually gave more of a support for the warm front stalling once again. And what do we see on the surface map? Well, we have our warm front here in central Pennsylvania. It has become a stationary front, but the idea is that as this low pressure system lifts north and east into Quebec and this cold front approaches from the eastern Great Lakes, that this warm front will get a nice kickstart and blow right through the region. So how will we know if this warm front is in fact actually finally going to move east and your location warms up? Well, it's very simple. Look to the sky. You see all these low clouds here? If these low clouds start to break up over your location, you start to see a lot of sun, and you start to see these clouds really start to dissipate quickly, then you are going to warm up into the 70s and 80s. Now, your best potential for that type of setup to develop will be over much of eastern Pennsylvania and western New Jersey, where I expect temperatures to rise into the mid-70s to lower 80s. However, if the same situation that happened yesterday happens again today, which is basically the low clouds hang on and you basically end up with overcast skies and scattered showers and a bit raw conditions, then basically you're stuck in the 60s. So you're talking about a 20-degree swing either way, depending on whether or not this marine air mass actually does get kicked out or whether we have to wait for the cold front to blow through. Right now, we're starting to see some of these low clouds start to break up, which is great news if you're looking for an end to this dreary weather. However, if these clouds break up, then we deal with another factor, which we can see on the water vapor satellite picture. These disturbances right here. If these low clouds break up, then this stationary front becomes a warm front, rapidly moves through, our temperatures warm up, our atmosphere becomes very unstable, and then we end up with the potential for scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, and a few of those thunderstorms could touch severe levels. I'm keeping an eye on this right here, this disturbance right here. As it blows through the Ohio River Valley and reaches the northern mid-Atlantic by this evening, let's say about 5-6 p.m., we could see some thunderstorms develop that will be capable of wind gusts over 40 miles per hour, small hail, very heavy downpours, and frequent lightning. So it's going to be something I have to keep an eye on for this evening as these showers and thunderstorms develop. Your best potential for severe thunderstorms will be over eastern Pennsylvania and western New Jersey. The closer you get to the coast, especially towards New York City, you're going to be dealing with more and more of that marine influence, which will lead to thunderstorms becoming elevated and producing more of a heavy rain threat, which could lead to localized flash flooding and some poor driving conditions for the evening rush hour. Just what we need to end the week, right? But there is some good news. Once this cold front moves through, Saturday and Sunday looks to be relatively dry. I can't rule out an isolated shower here or there, but most locations can expect scattered cloud cover with temperatures ranging from the mid-60s to lower 70s, which is pretty much normal for this time of year. So the weekend looks pretty good. We deal with a few showers and thunderstorms for today, the end of the week. Hey, you're at work anyway, what does it matter? But the weekend, that looks pretty good actually. So let's take a look at the latest model guidance using the European model guidance. Now, to be fair, the models, regardless of which one you use, have not exactly performed very well, but the European model guidance is the best out of all of them so far for this 5 to 10 day period. So here we are this evening. The cold front will approach this evening with scattered showers and thunderstorms, but it's almost like a warm front in a way because it's driving in this Pacific air mass that's been modified significantly. So we get rid of this cool, I guess you could call it cool Atlantic marine air mass and replace it with a modified drying out Pacific air mass. So by tomorrow, high pressure will take hold. That high pressure system will produce, for the most part, sky cloud cover. Again, I can't rule out an isolated shower with these pesky mid-level disturbances in this northwesterly flow. But for the most part, we continue on for that pattern through this weekend with tranquil weather conditions. Those conditions will continue on to Monday. And then we're going to keep an eye on this disturbance right here. As it dives south towards the southeast coast, it's going to try to cut off once again. And when we start to deal with these cutoff lows, that means we have a better chance of seeing some rainfall over the region. So what I'm looking for Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, possibly into next weekend, the potential for showers and thunderstorms to linger over the northern Mid-Atlantic. So the end of next week, once again, does not look very pretty. But the good news here, as we head into next weekend, is that we're continuing on this progressive pattern. And you can see that the polar jet stream is very much zonal from the west coast to the east coast and pretty much located over portions of the U.S.-Canadian border, which will keep us, once we get rid of this storm for next week with scattered showers and a few thunderstorms and overcast skies, to clearing skies by next weekend and temperatures rebounding into the 70s, possibly even the 80s once again. So it looks like we're kind of transitioning into a weather pattern where the weather during the week is not very pretty, but the weekend is absolutely beautiful. Well, that is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, you can follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter and Facebook. I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there.